Hello, I am Mr. Left and this is my associate, Mr. Right.
Hi.
Yeah, well actually we're just Zach and Jacob at the moment. But, we like doing like top 5 lists and stuff. I mean, it's been a bit since we've actually done a video, and so we thought we'd try
A few months.
Yeah, we're lazy, we're busy, or other shit. So
Let's go with busy, sounds better.
yeah, okay. So we decided to do another top 5 one just because we like watch the top 5, so we thought we'd make some fun ones. So this time we decided to do was top 5 things that we know of that need to be made into video games. And we are aware that probably some of these already have video games that we're just not aware of.
Or some that are similar in the aspects.
And we'll probably mention some of those. And some of them probably have games that are just bad, in our opinion. And once again, please understand, this is our opinion.
We don't care about yours.
Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so I'll let him go first.
Alright, so for starters, let's go with Darkwing Duck.
If you've not watched this cartoon, that saddens me.
Yeah, it was our favorite cartoon growing up.
Still is our favorite cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know, Teen Titans. Pretty up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck. Let's stick with that one.
Yeah.
Stick with the classics, yeah.
Okay. Well, you talk about it.
Alright, so I think having an open world superhero game would be a lot of fun, especially if you're Darkwing Duck, because you get the plane and the rat catcher, which I always thought was a weird name for his motorcycle.
Not really. Rats, no name for criminals. I mean, not really.
Anyway, so I thought that would be really fun, and it would be a lot lighter than like the Arkham games, which I do love those games too. Are there any other open world superhero games? I know they've made a couple like Superman Returns that was not good.
No, it wasn't. Interesting dynamics. I mean, they try to like balance out his powers for trying to save the city, but man, it's like a one big protection mission, which every gamer hates those on so many
I
levels.
know. How do you escort a city?
Like beating up a tornado, apparently. Okay.
A little off topic.
Yeah, sorry. We didn't script this. We're just
In
talking.
case you missed it.
Yeah, and we're probably going to do this in one shot because we had to turn the AC off to get not as much noise. We're southern and it's hot here, so we kind of have to have ACs on. So we're doing this kind of fast.
Magic of editing, actually.
Yeah, we're probably still not going to edit that much, knowing us. So, okay, so the reason, Darkwing is really fun is because if you know the show, it is a fun cartoon, and you play a character who is really full of himself, but really good-hearted, so it's really good dynamic, especially if they add in, like, co-op play with some of his, like, side characters, like the Quivering Quack, which was his adopted daughter's, like, Green Arrow kind of thing, which is really a lot of fun, or plays Launchpad, which is a lot of fun.
Get points every time you crash into something.
Yeah.
And also, just fighting the villains ought to be incredibly fun.
Yeah, anybody who plays Batman games knows how fun is finding and beating all of his iconic villains, even though I do think that in Arkham Knight they kind of went a little bit lower in the boss fights, but that's just my opinion. But the villains had so much character. I mean, there was a rat who had electric powers because he was like scientific experiment on, sort of, you think. There was, Quacker Jack, who was like an insane toy maker who made all sorts of fun things. Then there was his awesome, like, biggest enemy, Negaduck, which
is exactly the opposite of him.
Yeah, which was, his voice was so cool. And it was voiced by the same voice actor, which is really amazing and really awesome. And it was just so much fun to watch. But that's our reasons for Darkwing Duck. I think I talked more than you did.
Did you?
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to our next one.
Which is Supernatural. The show's been on for what, 11 seasons?
It's been on for a while, I think 11, yeah.
Several years.
Yeah, we're still a little behind on the last one. We gotta get caught up.
Yeah. So anyway, we love monster hunting in games. It's one of my favorite things to do in The Witcher. And I think having a game that's entirely, the whole point of it is to hunt monsters, especially in, I think an urban setting would be kind of fun, even though normally I don't like it when they play stuff in urban settings, because a lot of times fantasy settings are just, that you have so much more to work with. But
yeah, but this world has been built around it, so it's not like they were forced in like some movies that we've watched that were horrible.
it's kind of like the Dresden Files,
Yeah.
So it's based in an urban setting, but there's still kind of a fantasy aspect to it, and the world is just so full of characters.
Yeah. Also, I think it'd be cool if you actually make your own character who you actually could see an origin story with him rather than playing as Dean and Sam, because we already know so much about them. So it might ruin some of the fun because you would know everything about their past and a lot of the stuff they've done, and you know that they're pretty good at winning. So if you play a character that's different, and that you get to start and like pick his voice and like character create, and then see through possibly different ways he becomes a hunter and different choices he makes. I like Witcher actually just in an urban setting, but it's like a bit longer, like hunting and stuff like that, and a bit gorier. As you know, which is pretty cool. We're literally
Witcher is very gory.
I know, isn't it great? But we're literally describing an urban setting for Witcher. But honestly, that'd be really cool, especially in the supernatural universe.
And maybe a car that controls better than Roach. Just throw it out there.
Yeah. Oh, upgrade your car too. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm turning into Saints Row 2 a little bit. Another great game. But once again, we didn't script this. So, alright, so that's why I'm going to do Supernatural. And also, it'd be a really fun, like, expansive open world. You'd, like, fast travel between places, drive to them if you want to. And you can, like, find, like, random side missions and stuff. And interact with people from the show, which would be really cool rather than having you play as them. And probably, like, learn new tricks, new feats and stuff. I'm mixing in D&D a little bit for this.
You know, they might want to base it, if they do make this game, base it a little bit before, so a lot of the characters are, still alive.
Yeah. Well, that might make it sadder, actually, because then even if you save them, they're dead meat.
Like, I mean, you don't have to save them, just...
Well, you meet them, they're dead.
Just meet them.
Also, just because this show has such like a time jump capacity, you could there could be levels where you should go back in time like they did, like the Western one I really love, because I like Western stuff and I like Western weaponry.
Or the 40s.
Oh yeah, that was such a good one. You go collect costumes and stuff and change your outfit and stuff, which it doesn't sound like it would be that much fun in game. For some reason, it's a lot of fun. I always have fun changing my outfit and costuming and armor and stuff like that, and just to make it look cool or something. And you could find magical craps too, which they have found a lot of it. And you could build a base of operations and stuff. It'd be a really fun, expansive game. And please, for the love of God, anybody ever watches and decides, yeah, let's do it. Don't make it an MMO. For the love of God, just don't.
We don't play them, so incorporate us into it. Is our point.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against them personally, but they're not my style. And it seems like they sacrifice content for just getting so many people to play it. At least in my opinion, I've noticed that. So make it single player or co-op. Co-op would be great. And for these people of God, make it couch co-op. If nobody knows what I mean by that, I mean local co-op. Just in case you don't know what I mean when I say couch co-op. Because for some reason, it's become really hard to find couch co-op based games, which is...
I know, all of a sudden it's a rare thing. It's been around since the original PlayStation.
I know, and it's so much harder...
Probably, or at least I've seen of it.
Yeah. And what's so weird is the fact that, it's so hard for us to find hatred towards each other once we're playing a game that we keep beating each other at or get better points at. 'Cause, man, that breeds some hatred. And then we punch each other and we're good. Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. But it's just, when did that become a rare thing? Especially if we were to make a game based on Supernatural, which is based around two people, even though this is a separate character, you could have that somewhere dynamic, especially if they're brothers or related or good friends. That'd be a really cool dynamic in a game. Especially if there's a point where they might actually die, which would be really cool and really interesting. You got the possibility of saving them. So,
which, if you watch the show, it's actually so easy to save the other.
Yeah, but the game's a bit different.
There's about 87 different ways you can bring someone back from the dead.
Yeah, there's quite a few. But it'd just be a really fun game, we think. And once again, this is just based around nostalgia and picks and stuff. So, alright, I did that one.
So the next one is Batman, which, even though there's all the Arkham games, I'm referring to Batman 1966, The Adam West Show. I think that would be a hilarious game to play, just because the show was so much fun and corny and campy, and it knew it the whole time, having a secret lair that's actually labeled secret lair with a big plaque on the wall.
Yeah, and have these really just brightly colored villains. So, you think I'm trying to be stealthy. No, they don't do that. They're wearing the purple hats like Penguin is. And he takes that term Penguin, he runs with it. I mean, he kept whining all over the place. It was just...
Or have his alias be P.N. Gwen.
Yeah.
And I did not make that up. That was actually in the show. Well, technically it was in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a very interesting version of an Arkham open world setting, sort of. But the difference being, it'd be a lot more corny, campy. The villains would be a lot more over the top than they are, rather than dark and mysterious like they are in the Arkham games, which is not a bad thing. I really do love them, and that's really cool. But it'd just be a different style for it, and it'd be a lot of fun. And it wouldn't be like a reskin. It'd be a whole game with different storylines and different collectibles, which would be a lot of fun. You could
you'd get the car.
Get the car, yes.
And all of the totally ridiculous gadgets that came with it, like bat shark repellent.
Yeah, that was not a running joke online. That was a real thing. That was a thing for a little bit. That was a real thing in the movie that he actually did have on his belt at the time. No, I'm wrong. He's in his helicopter. But that was just, it was just so funny and fun to watch. I'm just imagining like the fight scenes, like the POW signature coming up, where we need to nail someone in the face and stuff, and just like the dialogue. It were really fun. And once again, that would do real good co-op because he does have Robin, and you can play couch co-op. Remember that.
And you'd be Robin.
No. I'm Batman.
Real funny.
That's a supernatural reference if you didn't get it. But okay. So that's that one. It's pretty kind of self-explanatory. You have to watch the show to really get what we're talking about a lot. And
You
yeah,
also get so many vehicles. There's the Bat. There's the
yes,
Bat. The Batmobile. There's the Bat bike with sidecar, which you would be riding in. There's the Bat copter, the Bat speedboat, Bat submarine.
You got a submarine. They have submarine? I don't have a submarine.
Either that or the speedboat will go underwater.
Well, to be fair, he does have those now. I mean, they just have a darker color scheme.
Yeah, but they were really funny on the show.
Yes, they were. And we haven't actually watched all of it. We own a lot of it, so we're still getting to watch
We
it.
own all of it, but we've only seen up to season 2.
Yeah, I mean, they just, oh man, we gotta watch all those. But, okay, anyway, that's that one. And if you want to watch something corny and campy done in a very fun and knowing way, watch the show. They sell DVDs all over the place now. Or wait till Black Friday when we got them. We got some good deals on them.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one we got?
We have the Darth Bane trilogy.
Okay.
This is a book series.
Okay, do we talk about it and you go? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Alright, anybody who's a Star Wars fan needs to read the Darth Bane trilogy. It chronicles the life and the ascendance of one of the biggest Sith Lords, which was Darth Bane. He's the one who made the Rule of Two, which Star Wars fans will know what that means, and I
Really don't want to explain all of it right now.
yeah, the basic premise is the Sith used to have armies of apprentices and masters. Bane changed where it's one master, one apprentice. That's the nutshell version.
Simply because a lot of times the weaker apprentices would gang up and kill the master.
Thus leading to a weaker master. So that's the very baseline version of what the Rule 2 means. The reason why it'd be a good game because it's set in a very different universe, set in the
Old Republic,
Old
which, yeah, there are games based on that, but you don't
which
really...
I'm playing one right now that I haven't played ever, so I'm having a lot of fun because I can buy a droid. Anyway,
That immediately blows up.
Yeah, that immediately blew up. But it's such a really dark and interesting tale, and all three books are really cool. And you get to see the mindset of a Darth, of a Sith character, which is really cool. And you get to see how manipulative he is. And it'd be a really good open world to play character. Plus, you get to play a bad guy, which a lot of games you
really bad guy.
I know, but he's so interesting.
I mean, he sucks.
Yeah, we didn't stop reading the books. But it's just interesting because, I mean, yeah, it would be, the only problem with that is it would probably be, we would know the storyline, but they could add to it and add side missions and side quests and because it does jump a lot. Each book jumps ahead a couple of years.
Yeah.
And within the books, it's not like between books it does that. Some books start right after the last one ended, but within the books they jump ahead 4 years, 5 years. So there's a lot of time you can put into that. Even up to the point where Bane dies. Yes, you don't know if he died or not. It would just be really cool because it'd be set in a time period where if you started, you were literally starting in the middle of the galactic of the Civil Sith Wars, which is really cool. I don't actually remember what they're called. This game, but it was in Bane's time when one of the big Sith Wars was happening. So you get to be in the middle of that because he was first a miner, then he became a soldier, then he became a Sith, which was really an interesting storyline. You would get to go to Korriban and see the Sith. Yeah, I can't talk right now. The Sith schools and everything, and it would be really interesting because you get to, and because just it might just be my thing. Most Star Wars games don't let you play as a bad guy from the get go, and you get to see the progression. And because he didn't start off that way, he didn't start off as a bad guy, but it'd be really cool. You also might get to see a few flashbacks to his childhood a bit more because you got pretty light in the books versions of his childhood, even though you knew exactly what happened to him. So it'd be interesting to see. So that's probably why that'd be a really fun game. Plus, it'd be open world again. So, okay.
We like open world games in case you missed it.
Well, they gave you so many options.
Yeah.
Bane will be a bit more on rails, a little bit more, but maybe.
Probably, if you're going with his story,
Yeah.
probably would be a little more on rails. And I guess it would kind of be like Mass Effect, if in that version of an open world, kind of, where it's more just you have so many options to choose from, but the missions are very much on rails.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point, actually. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Alright, so I talked about Darth Bane.
Alright, so now we're going to go with The Thing, which I know they did make a game on PlayStation 2 and original Xbox for The Thing. We never played it, so this is what the game that we would prefer to have made, what it would have been like. more of
Which
kind
it
of
might have, I don't know.
which I don't know. We never played it, so kind of because a big part of the movie was figuring out who the alien was, and I think that would be a very interesting concept for a game, a whodunit based where you're trying to find the alien. Who? What does that alien do exactly? It copies you.
Yeah, it kills you and copies you.
Yeah, kills and copies you.
It's a really fun looking like effects and stuff. That's the movie though. But I mean,
Yeah.
it would be a very different kind of game. Because one, there's not a lot of enemies or anything like that. It'd be a very much you'd have to figure it out and like go through steps and like try different tricks to figure out who's, otherwise you die. So I mean, it would be a very different style. It'd be it wouldn't be like say Dead Space, for instance, where you had like hordes of not hordes, you had guys to kill. So this one you had to figure it out, otherwise you do die. So
Yeah, so it'd probably be a very quick game.
well, actually, that one would be good as a bigger multiplayer game where each player gets to play a different character, and one of them knew that they were the thing. That'd be cool. Actually, that'd be an interesting one to have as a big multiplayer thing. So, and you can do it with bots or you can do it with players. I think players would be a lot more fun actually.
Yeah.
So that one could work online.
We have, I mean, imagine we'd probably have like what, 6 people, 6 to 10 probably, to where you could still easily figure it out. And it could be like 50 where, okay, you're never going to figure it out in time.
Well, yeah, you just shoot everybody.
Oh yeah, that's the way.
That should be an option to shoot everybody. But
Kill everybody. I survived.
Woohoo!
Now I'm stuck in the Arctic.
Yeah. Once again, we never did play the game then, but sadly, with the track record of a lot of move-based games, I'm betting it might not have been that great. But we have played a few good ones, which we do have a list for that already on the channel. Okay.
And now for the 6th one, which even though this is the top 5, we're having 6 because it's our video.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Killjoys, which is a show currently on Sci-Fi, and I personally really love the show. It's so much fun to watch because it's space bounty hunters, and how is that not a game?
Yeah, I know.
It might be one. I know Prey 2, that was like the premise
I
of
have
it.
that somewhere.
I know you have the first one, they never released the second one.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
the one-
yeah.
That's the game in development hell.
Okay, yeah. We watch a lot of YouTube videos. But,
So yeah, it would be so much fun just to go from planet to planet as a member of the RAC and just hunt down people who you have warrants for.
yeah, I mean, basically be Prey 2, just really fun. And also, like, for anybody who watched the Sci-Fi Watch, you know they did something like they did a game with Defiance, but they made like a big MMO thing, which I honestly didn't hate the game, but I thought could have been a lot more fun. Like, because if it had been a well done single player game without going for the big, like I said, they seemed to be sacrificing content for large groups of people, in my opinion. But also graphics aren't the biggest thing to me, but they do kind of matter to a degree. But just make it a single player game and make it have online capability. We can play with friends online, or make it couch co-op. Once again, please, for the love of God, make couch co-op normal again. But
I don't get why it's a rare thing now.
I don't know. I mean, thank God for Borderlands. But
Yeah, and really, I mean, Battleborn is fun and it is couch co-op, but I don't know why they take up a third of the screen for your map. It makes reading the text so difficult.
by the way, we can stay on topic, but we're just very bad.
We're choosing not to.
Yeah, I know. It's our video. We can talk about whatever crap we want.
Or we can edit it out later.
Yeah, we probably won't do that. But yeah, but it was it needed more refinement. Is the best way I can put it. And, I want to spend like a AAA game. It's just maybe they didn't have the cash backing or the knowledge to do that. But make it a single player based game with co-op capabilities, both online and couch, because both work. It can be really fun. And just make it a really good, polished story. I mean, it can be really fun because the storyline of the game, the back storyline kind of is running the entire show right now, which is finding out who Clyde is and what Section 6 is. I think it's really intriguing because you don't know. I mean, make it a good mystery. Make it try to figure it out what's going on. Don't just make it a big world where you can just have multiple people in there with missions that are boring as hell. Put some effort into it. Like we keep saying Witcher because Witcher is not. Witcher, the developers didn't have as much like money backing as a lot of other AAA games, but they made one of the best games I've ever played in my life. So, take the time, make a good game, make it interesting. Don't just make it for massive multiplayer stuff like that. So, I mean, that's kind of our thing. And that's actually all of our tops. Is top 6? Yes, top 6.
Yeah, those are our top 6.
Yeah, but a few little slight missions that we kind of thought would be kind of fun. Is one I thought would be kind of fun would be Avatar: The Last Airbender, which, as most people know who are fans, so they didn't make games for it. but
It's not a good one.
it's just not that good. I mean, we did play them, I admit, for a while, but I don't remember them fondly. And just pump it up because people were fans of it. Take time, make it a good game. Kind of Assassin's Creed was kind of having a similar issue with that, but then I actually wrote it like
Syndicate was the last one I made.
Syndicate actually was a lot of fun, and then once again they made the characters a lot more interesting. Good, thank God. And I'm really excited for the new one. But
And then the second honorable mention is Big Trouble in Little China. Now this is an honorable mention instead of being on the list because of the Sleeping Dogs DLC. What was that one title of that?
it's like Crazy Cat. I don't remember. It was like some sort of magic thing that I truly don't remember.
Anyway, it's a lot similar to the movie in that, you know, it's the same mythology and there's still the same kind of magic users in China. Shanghai? Where's...
You're in China.
You're in China.
You're in China.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was like when I actually never did beat it, but it had the same thing. Plus you play martial artists who it was a lot of fun. And plus the game itself was a lot of fun. I highly recommend Sleeping Dogs, especially the redone version because they added in all the DLC and they really up the graphics a bit. And it's just fun to have a game that's based on martial combat rather than gunplay and stuff like that. Sorry, losing my voice. But I think that's
No great loss.
yeah. Shut up. All right, I think that's all we're doing. Is that right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know, one you said literally when we were doing this, kind of Dresden.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why Dresden is our favorite book series of the Dresden Files. If you haven't read, Jim Butcher's probably is our favorite author.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the one we've read the most of.
Yeah, that would be a great game. Good
Or the
God.
Codex of Valera.
Okay, everything I've read by Jim Butcher would make a great game. I'll put it that way. But
Yeah.
which is Codex of Valera, Jim Butcher, and the Dresden Files series. Both those big great games. And we would probably do an entire video based on just those two because we have a lot more knowledge of them. So until we do something bigger, we do another top five. Because I actually like doing these because they're simple
And quick.
And quick, yeah.
They don't require a whole lot of writing.
Yeah.
Because we can ramble.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see you next time, and we'll hopefully get some more people watching our stuff.
All right. So farewell to our 2 subscribers.
Yeah. And we're not gonna stop either. Bye.